So earlier today, we got a report of an interesting yet likely welcome announcement for the near future of Call of Duty. While we've seen a lot of discussions for things like Season 2 Reloaded, the prospect of Verdansk shipping with Season 3, and even discussions about COD 2025, today's announcement doesn't deal with any of those, but instead with a classic Call of Duty title, Modern Warfare 2. And this time, it might usher in a resurgence of that classic that you grew up with. Today, we're taking a look at the news, so drop your thoughts down below, drop a like, and make sure to subscribe for more Call of Duty coverage along with other FPS content. I'd love to have you in the community, but for now, let's get into it. So, as for this interesting report for classic COD fans, this comes from Insider Gaming and Xbox Era, two prominent news outlets talking about games here, in which from the Insider Gaming report, it was stated Xbox Game Pass is set to add a classic Call of Duty game to its library as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is headed to the subscription service. And that's 2009's Modern Warfare 2, not the game of the same name released in 2022. First reported by Xbox Era, Modern Warfare 2 will be coming to the service either in March or April this year. Insider Gaming sources have corroborated this report. Then going on to say it will join recent titles of Black Ops 6 and Modern Warfare 2 from 2023 as the only games in the series to be available. So right up front, pretty welcome announcement there at this. The ability to play a revitalized, perhaps, version of Modern Warfare 2 for, in a sort of asterisk and roundabout way, free. Obviously, you still have to pay for the subscription service, but if you are somebody that actually plays a ton more than just Call of Duty, that subscription fee might be worth all the games you end up playing instead of buying them individually. So adding another one in the classic Call of Duty span, well, that's pretty cool. And again, a welcome addition here at this. But the interesting part about this report is there's still a couple of question marks here at this because, well, is this all of Modern Warfare 2 OG? Is it just the campaign of Modern Warfare 2 OG? And if that's the case, is it the campaign remaster from 2020? There's a lot of different sort of variables here that could change the perception here of this, and even Insider Gaming had mentioned they're not necessarily sure of what that answer may be. But it's interesting and could be the start of something more in the future, because if you guys remember back a few weeks ago, the Microsoft storefronts were all updated with, I think it now is all of the classic Call of Duty games, but they did them in waves where they had like 4 or 5 at a time and then all the way up through, I want to say like Black Ops 3 or something like that. But this could have been either as just listings for their sort of own pool of the player base, because now that Microsoft owns Activision and owns the IP of Call of Duty, maybe they just want to get a sale on their own platform, so they're not necessarily on, say, PC, splitting the air quote player base between Xbox PC platforms, Battle.net, and then Steam. You have those divided then into multiple different territories. Plus, also, if it's something like Steam, you probably have to pay a publisher or platform fee here as this with each of those sales that are made. But in the same vein, it also could be something that was then propping this up and getting these titles ready so that players could end up accessing them via Game Pass PC. And in the same sort of sense here with this, if it is something that's listed for the purpose of housing a way to play this in a more revitalized capacity, that's also something that Microsoft has the ability to clean up the matchmaking systems for Xbox, for Game Pass PC and the Xbox PC platforms. That happened a couple of years back, right after the acquisition ended up starting to go through, where the actual physical consoles, their matchmaking systems were fixed, whereas for years prior, they were just not something that really worked all that well. It would take ages to find a game sometimes. You'd find them instantaneously after that point. And a lot of the security systems involved with that were also cleaned up as well, making them, again, safe to go back and play on those console versions. That could be something that happens again here with this. So seeing those listed in the storefront was definitely something cool and got people thinking. And once again, now seeing a report of this happening in the next 2 months or so, maybe even more are coming along the way. But I do think that this is interesting to have this as the third game on Game Pass, because the other two that are there are the currently most active in terms of player counts. Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 6 on Game Pass make sense because they are the most recent and most up-to-date Call of Duty titles. But when you also consider that, that's again where most of the current active player base is. So when you're considering that these games are still being supported, and in Black Ops 6's case is still heavily being pushed with monetization in it, it brings up the question that if this is indeed the third game for Game Pass, is it actually going to be the full game that could detract and take away from those numbers in active multiplayer users, people that are engaging with the game that would likely be paying for this kind of stuff and allowing them to play a game that's been not necessarily updated for the last 10 plus or 15 years at that point. And if it is the full game, there would be those concerns of things like cheating. I mean, multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2 was the most publicly hacked MP game, to my knowledge, in the last 20 years or so. Black Ops 2 has honestly gotten pretty bad in recent years as well. Absolutely, look how they massacred my boy. But I remember like JTAGs back in the Modern Warfare 2 days were all the rage, and infected lobbies and all that kind of stuff that would give you all kinds of different exploits. That was not something that was ever really tackled or combated. But I mean, hey, beyond that, I would be all for the ability to play Modern Warfare 2 as a full game once again here. And again, making it playable with a population and people that would go back and play this. It'd be sweet to experience that once again. Now, the timing of this update is also something that's rather interesting here, because I feel like there's two distinct opportunities here for this. Of course, March or April were both mentioned here with this, and that is the no-brainer, easy way to go about this. But I'm thinking more so April at some point, unless it's early March. I'm kind of thinking like early March, like right at the turn of the month, or late April, because we have to consider what else is on the horizon. Verdansk and Season 3 is rumored to be coming right now around March 20th. So that is something that is just after the 5-year anniversary of Warzone, and with that return here, that is going to be a huge marketing push and a lot of people's like last chance per se for Warzone if it does indeed come with Season 3. So that would be that sort of like, I would say probably month of untouchable stuff to release in accordance with the Call of Duty brand. You want to make sure that all the eggs are in that basket to promote, to push, and to hopefully revitalize your experience for Warzone, that I'm not expecting them to drop a Modern Warfare 2 of any kind, whether it be a campaign or campaign remaster version here for Game Pass, or even the full multiplayer Spec Ops and campaign experience. I'm not expecting that to happen and take away from the gravity of what is going to be their air quote return to OG, as we assume it will be at this point. So the timing of this is definitely interesting. I kind of would have imagined that maybe late April to maybe even May would be the time you start to do that, but it seems like this will still be in that window of the next 60 days or so. So we've got a lot of stuff to look forward to in that time, but might even see Modern Warfare 2 coming back as one of those items. So wanted to fill you guys in here because it is a rather interesting thing, I think, in terms of timing, what this could entail overall, and of course, just the prospect of being able to play one of the games that sparked the love for Call of Duty for so many people once again. That's always welcome. So wanted to fill you guys in and keep you in the loop here with this, but for now, that is where we're going to wrap it up. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you guys hoping it is the full Modern Warfare 2 experience? Do you think that it could be just the campaign or the campaign remaster we saw in 2020? Let me know, and make sure to drop a like if you guys enjoyed the video. You like the prospect of being able to play Modern Warfare 2 for free with Game Pass. Again, asterisk on that in the very near future. Let me know your thoughts, drop a like, and of course, make sure you subscribe for more Black Ops 6 and other Call of Duty and FPS coverage I'd love to have in the community. But for now, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care, and peace.